This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rajni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipati, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajini. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Lakshmipati and I'll be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Mr. Mallinath Hemadi, the consultant at Numratha Agro Farm Foods Private Limited at Kalaburgi, Karnataka. Mr. Mallinath Hemadi will be speaking on the topic small scale industry that would double the farmer's income. I now request the speaker to begin.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Today the topic is like small scale industries that will help farmers for in their doubling of income. Now, because of this, whatever like recent government rules and that people are thinking of doubling of farmers' income, for which people are concentrating on the new technologies, reducing the cost, increasing the yield, and all. But more than that, there are many things already which we there are some things which are affecting them in the reverse way, in a wrong way. So we need to think of that, so that the farmers income with the present technology, present yield, present cost, everything, the farmers income can be doubled. So how is that? Let's see. One is first and foremost, taking into an example of some crops, we shall understand how the farmers income can be doubled. So looking into an oil seeds. So now if we take an example of safflower, or take any example in your area, but right now I take an example of safflower. So safflower, with the current yield, current cost of cultivation, current technology in the production of technology, still farmers income can be doubled just by introducing a one oil mill for every village. If you look into Indian history, India has every village had an oil mill earlier, and there's a myth that oil should not be transported from place to place. So whenever we go to a temple from one city to another city, we don't take oil; we buy the oil in that village. So why? Because every village had an oil mill, and we as a farmer we should take that oil seed to that oil mill and get the oil. Now coming into economics of it, how it can be yield, farmers' income is doubled. Now taking examples, safflower, the market rate safflower as on date is 5,000 per rupees quintal, but usually it revolves around 4 to 4,000 rupees per quintal, which means 30 to 40 rupees per kg. On the higher side, if I sell 5 kgs of safflower, I get 200 rupees. Sorry for that I don't have a PPT right now, but take just observe the data. Now for 5 kg of safflower, I'll be able to sell at 40 rupees. I get 200 rupees. As a farmer, I sell 5 kg, get 200 rupees. Now, if we introduce oil mill every village, what happens? Now, farmer getting 200 rupees, but he again need to buy an oil 1 kg. I am taking an example of 5 kg because 1 kg we get out of 5 kg on the higher side. Even up to 3, 3.5, 4 kg safflower, we get 1 kg. On the wrong side also 5 kg would be best. So I sell 5 kg of safflower, get 200 rupees, out of which if I want to buy safflower oil, the market rate of present rate here in our area is 230 to 240 rupees per kg. So people are by selling even at 350 also. That is now, but normal is 230. Even if I don't want to use safflower, I go for a cheaper oil. Palm oil costs around 140 rupees and sunflower oil at 160, 170 rupees. So as a farmer, I sell 500 kg of safflower, get 1 kg of to get 200 rupees, out of which I spend 160 rupees on oil and keep 40 rupees for my expenses. Now if a oil mill is introduced in this place, what happens? I take that 5 kg to the mill. The milling charge is 5 rupees per kg, and in some area it is 10 rupees per kg. Even if you take higher side, 10 rupees per kg, so I pay 50 rupees and get 1 kg of oil and 4 kg of cake, oil cake. Now, the price of the oil cake is 38 rupees for 35 rupees to 38 rupees per kg. Taking 35 also, it will be 140 rupees for 4 kgs. And oil, the sunflower oil in the market is 240 to 240 rupees. 2 plus 240 plus 140, it will be 380 rupees. So if instead of selling safflower, if we have an oil mill in our area, we use it for our own milling and all, the straight away amount is doubled. Even if you don't want to sell, even for consumption also we get a quality oil. And second advantage is the oil cake which we get it, we don't sell at 35 rupees, but we use for another raw material for a next industry, that is our animals, maybe bullock cart or bullock or even cow and all. So wherein our income again there it is doubled. As a farmer, if I'm thinking, I don't have that patience or that money or that guts or that daring to invest on oil cake, buy it and feed the cows, because we are economically deprived. So in that sense, if oil mill is there, my income is straight away doubled, and that cake is also used again for which this. But the problem is why this is not happening. That also is a question. Because the problem is we are promoting as on a larger scale the refined oil by means of health issues. We are also promoting double refined oil and oil with extra nutrients. We also, and also in the subsidized oil is being given to farmers through our own whatever some programs by central government and the state governments, which is deploying these industries. And so if we change the attitude of the farmers, if we support, if instead of supporting large scale industries, farm government start supporting small industries, having an aim to have one oil mill every village, so that would straight away double the income of the oil seed growers. So this is one example. So looking into second, that's it, try to have it, because now we are not changed intervened in any way in technology, we are not intervened in the cost of cultivation, we are not intervened even in method of selling also, not direct sale, WhatsApp, Facebook, those sellings is difficult for farmers. Just we are introducing a oil mill every village, so that farmers instead of selling oil seed, they start selling oil. And now second is dairy. Now imagine a dairy everyone feels like Amul is doing, KMF Karnataka Milk Federation is doing, lot many dairy cooperatives are working, and we feel that if they don't exist, dairy farmers are no more. So now get into this idea again. I have a milk, I sell at the KMF buys or any Amul or any cooperative buys the milk at 25 to 30 rupees per liter. So now I sell 30 rupees. So suppose if taken a quantity of 20-25 liters, if I sell 20 liters, 30 liters also, 30 liters at the rate of 25 rupees or 30 rupees also, I get 900 rupees. Suppose I sell 30 liters of milk at 30 rupees per liter, so I get 900 rupees and I don't have anything extra. Now instead of selling milk, I process it. I make into curd, I make into butter, and then take out and have a make ghee and try to sell. Now ghee price is almost around 1000 rupees per kg in normal market, and even in the organic or cow-based milk ghee and also qualitative milk ghee, they even charge at 2000 rupees, 3000, even up to 5000 people are selling. Now imagine I don't sell milk, I sell the ghee part. So now what happens is 30 rupees, 900 rupees I was getting. Now I make into processing of it, get into processing of it. So I make curd, and in the evening I get a cream, and then make the buttermilk in the morning and sell. So 30 kg will give 1 liter, 1 kg of ghee. So in the process of getting processing 30 kgs of milk into 1 kg of ghee, I get around 20-25 kg of ghee but curd and 20 to 25 kg of buttermilk, which even if you are charging at the nominal rate of 20 to 25 rupees per liter, though the market rate is 40 to 45, even if you get 25 rupees also, 25 to 40 liters, 20 liters of curd and 20 liters of buttermilk, it will be again 1000 rupees, 1000 rupees ghee and 1000 buttermilk. But why is this not happening? Again, why not happening is again question here. Again, industry government policies and any industries are supporting large scale industries instead of small scale industries. There is one more thing we need to observe: per liter employability of milk. Suppose if milk is sold through cooperatives, how many liters will give one job, and instead how many liters if in unorganized sector, how many liters will give one job, if we calculate it. And obviously cooperative system on a larger scale also is killing employment, and that kills the employment of the farmers and rural masses. So in that case, if instead of having a larger unit dairy unit plants of 10,000 liters, thousands of liters, lakhs of liters, if we have a dairy unit of 100 liters, 150 units in the village, so there are many advantages apart from the doubling of income. But now the people go to societies because of extra benefit that they get, like 5 rupees support price for the farmers. Why should that be 5 rupees given only for the farmers who sell to the cooperatives? The cost for the someone who sells to the cooperative and to someone who sells outside the cooperative, the cost remains the same. So that 5 rupees should go to both, but it is not happening. So it is a discrimination among the farmers to who sell to the KMF societies and not to societies. So in this case, we are discriminating the farmers not to go for small scale industries. If this support system is made same for both the small scale industries also, then automatically people would love to or would wish to have small scale industries. So dairy farmers, the income is also doubled. Again, if they have start having dairy animals, if the income doubles, they wish to have more and more cows, and then that gives yields on organic inputs, cow dung, cow urine and all, which can be doubled. So then third unit that village shall have to double the farmers income is an organic input center. If we take our previous talk, we discussed like there are many there the concepts of now. Geomrata is there, organic farming concept, the Shvarni, insecticides, some insecticides, some pesticides. We have come up with a model which we are implementing soon within a week's time. So what we have done is we are trying to start a 30 to 40 barrel, 200 liters of barrel, where we will be producing few organic inputs like Geomrata or some manure kind of thing which will add nutrients, some pesticidal characters like Tashparni, Neemastra and all, like Sitafal, whatever, some custard apple leaves, some things, and some pesticides like fungicides and all based on age old buttermilk and all. So these produced in the village will reduce the cost for the farmers. We had a case wherein farmers are growing red gram only with buttermilk and jaggery. So they are not applying urea, DAP and all, but they are very happy. Yields are good with Gokrupamrita, Jivamrita and all. So they are able to maintain pest and disease also with Dashparni and all. So this unit are costing around 30 to 40,000 rupees if it's established in every village. So villagers, the cost of for them in the for buying inputs, agriculture inputs, maybe pesticides, insecticides, will be reduced, and that cost is reduced, and also the quality of the yield, the perishability of the quality of the yield will also improve. So this adds on to his income, and the amount is doubled. Suppose if he is putting 4 to 5,000 rupees on agriculture inputs, like in red gram they spend around 5,000 only on pesticides and fertilizers, more than 5,000. If that is reduced to 500 or 600, the obviously the income is doubled. So this is how a third industry, a oil mill, dairy unit, and organic inputs and all. So now third, coming to another one industry where in small scale it can be promoted is the weeds as in food or as in herbs. So now if you look into some herbs, now as we are discussing like the detachment of the women from the nature has spoiled Indian agriculture, not just agriculture, even environment and Indian economy, everything. So we need to attach this rural women to the nature, and nature means for the farmers it is the land and the crops or weeds that are grown in the land. Take few example like what is Sendron which we call karike or based on which the weedicide has come up. That weed is usually thrown like which we are trying to kill it. So many such weeds are there which have a market value for medicines and as a vegetables also. If we educate them, if we create an industry small scale wherein people have get the knowledge of using it and utilizing it for some day-to-day uses, and even for a herbs when they get small as a first aid kind of thing, so then the cost of removing that weed, cost of killing that weed is also reduced, and the cost the farmer has to incur in place of those weeds is also reduced. Suppose I don't have that weed as a vegetable, I need to buy vegetable from the market, I am buying that vegetable spending again, so that amount is reduced. So now there are a lot many weeds which I cannot quote now in English because I'm not aware of those English names. So these weeds are used for food and also for medicines. So if we promote, so instead of a larger industries wherein people cultivate these plants as a medicinal plants, and in one area if they are killed as a weeds, so there's a mismatch and it's affecting Indian economy on a larger scale than any economy of any country for that matter. So we the fourth industry that we need to develop is attach the rural women to the land and to the plants, to the weeds, to the what these things, and educate them the uses of these in case of emergency or even on a day-to-day basis for food and all they can use it. So if you start using this, the vegetables and fruits area that is there. Even if it goes to zero also, we will not be bothered, because there are so many weeds that are growing in cotton, they are growing in red gram, they are growing in sugarcane, which we can use and fulfill the whole nation's vegetable requirement. So vegetable as a separate cropping system need not be there. So in that case, the fourth industry that would help is this weeds and all. Next, coming to Jaggery unit, Jaggery unit will also straight away double the income. So because now if you give the sugarcane to the market around 2,800 to 3,000 rupees ton for a ton, and around 1 lakh rupee, they around 80 to 40 tons per acre, it may end up in getting 1 lakh rupees and all. So even in that 1 lakh rupees, there are many expenditure that he has to incur, and removing that, he gets some money. And in the process of this transportation of sugarcane to the sugar industries and all, there is a huge consumption of petrol, diesel, which is all waste. Okay, instead of that, if we get that in Jaggery units across villages wherever the sugarcane is grown, one is the savings on fuel industry, fuel or transportation industry or vehicles and all, that will automatically help the farmers get the doubling of income. So because he converts into jaggery, he gets the molasses there itself, which again he puts into soil as a manure. And now if the technology is developed, if we can into ethanol and methanol and all whatever for fuel consumption, that would be great help for the farmers. Instead of creating an industry, bigger industries of tons of together as a sugar industry, the mafia and all. So if they are decentralized to make jaggery units across every villages, the sugarcane growers will help for the sugarcane cultivators. It will help in doubling his farmer's income. So see, you may call these are the small scale industries which will not be economically viable. It will not be, farmers should do, everyone should know, everyone is aware of why, what is the specialty in me telling it. So now, see, we are not, see, now there's a race between a donkey and a horse. So now there should be a race between donkey and donkey, or horse and horse. Now this, what is happening is, we are supporting the larger scale industries, and these small scale industries we are not at all supporting. And even if it's supporting, it's not in comparison with the larger scale industries, it's not so high. So in that sense, we need to observe that the differences that we are doing it to larger scale industries and small scale industries. One more now upcoming industry is banana fiber industry. But now, up till now, we had only banana fruit as an economical product. But recently, the banana fiber, the people are making silk, sari out of it, cloth out of it, bag and everything out of banana fiber. So the stem, which was a burden
Mr. Mallinath? Mr. Mallinath?
yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, okay,
Yes.
please go ahead. Okay, okay, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. So I'm just muting this side. Something has occurred.
You lost your camera, but we are able to hear
Okay.
you.
Yeah, right. Right now you are able to hear me, sir.
Yes, yes, I think so. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Let's see whether it has got any crack, any voice coming
Oh,
with cracking
okay.
moment. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay, okay. So now now next industry would be banana fiber. Now, so what happens in banana fiber? The stem is there. So outer 8 to 10 layers. Now inside 1 inch, it will be a hard one. Outer remaining all will be a very layer by layer. It will be there, and that layer by layer is pushed into a machine, which is like a very small machine costing 1 lakh rupees, and through which fiber is extracted and liquid is extracted. And that liquid is very good fertilizer and manure for that matter, sold around 100 rupees per liter. So it will be more than now. If that is economically produced, banana fiber is economically extracted, economically explored, opportunities explored, then the one thing, cotton dependence on cotton is reduced. Second thing is the more than the banana fruit income, this will yield more income, because the liquid out of that is used as a manure, as a growth promoter, and the fiber is used to make bags, jute, mat, and many articles. And next is the inner 1 inch part, which is white, which is very thick, that is very edible, and that also is made into liquid and all. The liquid is used for probiotic and this probiotic some nutrient, so that would add nutrients to the health of the individuals. And also it is made into vegetable, it is made into some chocolates kind of thing for sale. So the farmers income is not just doubled, it is more than double, just by introducing banana fiber extraction in it. Already some universities has, Navsari University has done in Faizpur in Maharashtra, and Baranpur in MP, people are doing in Tamil Nadu. Saris are being made out of banana fiber. There are not many places where banana fiber is extracted, and there is a huge scope for this banana industry. And banana because what happens is risk is reduced. If banana fruits, if you have to get till it is marketed, we are at risk. Now in case of wind comes and banana fruit at the yielding stage, banana plant falls, but banana stem is used, the income is doubled. So we need to think on small scale. And next, there are another 2 3 industries which you can talk. One is the better use of fruits and vegetables, fruits also. Like for example, we usually teach I'm taking matter that we try to consume, and we throw and we say that it's not worth. Not aware of what the seed kernel is used for, why, how it can be economically explored and all. So if the farmers are taught this, the earlier farmers used to know that, but only thing the demoralization of them, that you eat that, you do not science, this is not modern. Is that morality? If you give them a confidence that the whatever they are doing were right. So banana pulp is one thing, but the more than the banana pulp, the mango pulp, the mango seed kernel is also economic value. If you browse, the price of that is also around 200 rupees or so more than per kg. Banana seed kernel, so that is used for many health drink and some many medicinal purposes, and even health food purposes also. So similarly, not just banana mango pulp, even the lemon is used, and even peel off. Orange peel off, only we know the juice peel is has a very good economical value in this one, what you call beauty care indicate them. There we cannot, we may have a question like farmers, how can they sell, where they have to sell and all. If they start using it, if they get a confidence of using it, obviously slowly gradually they get a market from where they have to sell. So it may not happen on the day one, day two, but it takes a time, but we need to. Otherwise also is the people are selling it, but their farmers, the industries are buying that on a large scale and utilizing that for that beauty care products, and they are selling. So we need to understand that. And one more industry is that leaf plate making industry, which directly can double the farmer's income and also help in organic farming. There's a plant called falsa plant, which we call flame of forest also. Flame of forest in Kannada it is called Muttuga, which the earlier days we used to make a plate out of it. There's a science that even if you consume the food in that plate also, we are getting the germs in the stomach are being killed. Having falsa plant in the field will reduce the insect attack on the crop. It is said that the crop that what you call fly insects, which are very small, they will like what you call fly kind of insects, which is to attack the crop, will be attracted by the flowers of this plant, and they will be trapped in the flower and they will be killed. So now having a flame of forest plant across the border of the plant in 4 to 5 plants or per acre or so will reduce the pest attack on the main crop. But along with this, if instead of plates, plastic plates or paper plates, if the plates of these leaves are being promoted, are being encouraged, what happens is now the plants which were unuseful or not useful to the farmers directly, they will start yielding something. So that yield is obviously the double the earlier income, not using their plant for leaf. So plant was only used for trapping insects, which farmer was not killing that plant, cutting that plant, and that plant is out of the field. And because the plant is out of the field, now what is happening is now increased, and due to insect pest incidents, pesticide, which is again increasing and reducing the income. In that
Mr.
place,
Malin,
if he has these
Mr.
plants
Malinath, sorry
and
to
that leaf
interrupt.
are being used
Mr.
in plate
Malinath,
or cup and all, and there are small machineries invented by IRMA, Hyderabad and all, which cost 60,000 to 1 lakh rupees. So these machines are installed in every village. Yes, sir.
Mr. Malinath,
Hello.
please put off your
Yes,
camera
sir.
and because there are some audio
You are able to hear?
disturbances. No, if you
Yes,
put off
sir.
the camera, your audio is clear. So keep
Okay, sir.
your
Okay,
camera
got it, got
off
it.
and then please
Okay, sorry,
continue.
I thought it was myself. It's, okay, sorry, sorry, sorry.
Yeah, now is okay.
Right,
Please go
right.
ahead.
Sorry, sorry. Okay. So now with this false of okay, okay, sir. Now the falsa plant in the field, because we are not aware of that insecticide pesticide, we have cut. So that has increased to loss of increased cost and reduced income. So now if that plant, if the people are again educated regarding this use of these leaves for the purpose of this one whatever plate and all, and the heavy duties are levied on the plastics or machineries, paper plates and all, and then what happens? This industry grows. Once this small industry in every village, if they start making plates on that on themselves, the obviously the farmers income is doubled. So there are many such discussions can be done. Now we are promoting a honeybee as an industry. See, honeybee, promoting honeybee as industry is again a threat like. So what happens is now recently, if you understand the cultivation of honey, there is a whenever there is a less number of flowers in the field, to feed these what you call honeybees, we need to give a sugar syrup. Those who are into honeybee cultivation should know that they will be knowing that they need to feed sugar syrup for the honeybees in case of emergencies. And the recent study shows that majority of the top brands of honey contain sugar syrup in it. That means the companies are not adulterating; it's the food itself is being adulterated while the production of in the process of cultivation of honeybee. So we are in the name of honey, we are eating sugar syrup. But instead of that, if the people are educated, the importance of unwanted like some plants which attract honeybees in the field, so honeybee industry grows. Once honeybee industries grows, we are not investing anything. Like if we are having a box, we invest 3,500 on a one box, which produces some 3 to 4 kg per honey per year. So if we don't invest on 3 to 4,000 on the box, instead if we invest 3 to 4,000 on the plants, cultivation of plants, like whichever thorny plants and all in the field, so we get more honey than the box. So it's not just getting more honey, we are also getting the advantages of the plants in the field, we are getting the soil production, a lot many changes. So honey, in developing an honey industry itself, instead of in the box system, if you promote honey industry in a smaller scale by means of natural way, it will help the farmers to double the income, because every honey in our area, at least if we take in the summer, we don't have any crop, so for which we are none of us will be interested having a box of honey, because in the summer the honey bee will not survive, so we are not into that. And through the in the process of losing honeybee box, we are losing the yield by means of pollination. If we instead if we have a plants and honeybee exist in the plants, we don't take care in the summer, we don't take care of them in the winter or in the rainy season, nature takes care of it. And when the honeybees are existing in the plants and we so go for some crops, in the red gram there is a 10% yield increase, so which means obviously 10% increase in the yield of the farmer revenue. So these are the industries. So we started with oil mill, which straight away doubles the farmer's income. Dairy unit, it increases. Banana fiber is not just doubles, it's more than that. Even cotton also, What we are doing is we take the cotton, give it to the mill and sell it, and again we need to buy a cotton oil cake from the others and invest, which we are not interested. We don't have that much economical power to buy the cotton oil cake and feed our animals. So instead, earlier we had cotton de-seeder across. If the de-seeders are available, so for the industries also there would be a very good opportunity. Transportation will be easy because without seeds, and seeds we can use it. Cotton oil is also very good, some value, and the cake also can be fed to animals. So the fruits and vegetables, even the weeds uses, we need to educate. Jaggery unit is one thing, and apart from that there are many industries like DLR. Even there is a something called okay, leaf plate making, and even poultry industry can also more than, not just double, more than double. But only thing, we need to support backyard poultry instead of white leg horn in a cage system. So what happens is, now we are promoting only big poultries with 1 lakh 2 lakh capacities and all, where they can take a risk, they can insure everything. But a small farmer, if I'm having 10 birds, 100 birds or 50 birds in my backyard, where I'm not feeding them, because it feeds on my manure in the FIM pit, and also it feeds on some grains where which are not able to sell it, because in this season if you take, we have grown green gram, black gram and all, which the market value is only 1000 to 2000 rupees, 3000 rupees, because of the quality. It was stuck up in the rain. So the poultry feed itself is around 30 rupees for 40 rupees kg. So in that case, if we had a poultry animal, we are not selling we used to not never sell that grain to at low rate. We used to have feed the poultry birds in our field, and we used to get the better result, better rate. So small scale support poultry farm would also help the doubling of farmers income. So at this, to conclude, what I feel is, we need not concentrate on just on technology part. We need not concentrate on new innovations in machinery. We need not concentrate on reducing the cost. And we just, the people say direct, they should sell, they should come up with use of WhatsApp and all. But with present rules and regulations and the farmers facilities, it's very difficult. And for that matter, any product without middleman is not sold. So every product has a middleman, so we cannot expect farmer to be producer as well as marketer. Okay, so in that case he has to have a middleman, we are not denying it. So in that case, we need to come up with rural based industries, small scale industries, and for which some government has to take some decisions to support this, and also not to support larger scale industries which kill the smaller scale industries. And also the farmers and even consumer point of view also, we need to looking in, instead of, they need to change their buying behavior, they need to change their buying behavior habits. Instead of looking into a brand while buying, they need to create a brand of farmer itself. So he is to identify few farmers from which he can buy directly, instead of looking for a brand name which has colorful packaging and all. So we, as a farm, as a buyer, I need to change my habit of looking into brand, looking into color, looking into packaging and all. I need to look what is in it. So what, in what way it affects me, in what way it is good. So in that sense, so consumer has to change, government policies has to change, and obviously we also expect that farmer also need to accept some changes. He is ready, but is only because of economical backwardness at present situation, it's difficult for him. So if we all support, definitely he has a good scope to double the farmers income very shortly, not even waiting for another 2 3 years. With this, any doubts, and hope in a short period of time I could convey this message. uh, Sir, anything to discuss, we can talk, think
Thank
of.
you, Mr. Mallinath, for an excellent talk. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now over to the participants for questions. Okay, participants, any questions, please? Any questions may please be raised. Mr. Siddhappa, you have any question?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mohan, Mr. Nayan Mohanty, and what about Mr. Joseph Brito? Yes, Mr. Michael is having a question.
Yes,
He is
Mr.
Mike
Mallinath.
John. Mr. Michael, please go ahead.
Mr. Mallinath, good afternoon. I think your presentation was
Good afternoon,
really
sir.
very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Michael, Mr. Michael, you have only a compliment.
Hello. Okay.
Okay, you have no questions to offer, right? Mr. Joseph Brito, you have any question? Mr. Mohammed Hanif? Yes, Mr. Brito, you have anything
Thank you,
to
Mr.
ask?
Lakshmipati. Yeah, thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Lakshmipati. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mallinath Hemadi, for a very practical presentation.
Thank,
Your
thank you, sir.
ideas are
Thank
really
you.
very, very useful. But in your experience, which are the,
Yeah.
say, three ideas which you have been able to, which have been able to implement in villages in Gulbarga or wherever you are?
Sir, one thing
Where?
we just started, we are trying to implement this organic input unit that I said. It will be launched within a short 3 to 4 days or the maximum by 1 week time, which will be because we have done on a experimental basis this one last year. So we have got a good result,
Okay.
and on a larger scale, we are taking up to for more farmers. Second is oil mill is a greater thing we have implemented in some one or two villages, like 2 units we have installed in Gulbarga, but not on this model. Just we have bought oil mill and introduced it. But it is not straight away increasing the farmers' income because farmers are not bringing them the like to city place where we installed. But wherever they are taking, already this exists in some villages where farmers say that they are happy taking that oil mill, oil grade. They are not aware of that their farmers' income is doubled. When we ask them why they go to oil mill to get oil, they say we are quality conscious, we are this is what is good for our health. That's the only thing they say. But if we calculate it and this is how it is, your income is doubled, then they say, oh, we are not aware of it. So that thing, but in our oil mill is a very good idea that can be taken up very fast, and it's a very practical idea at this stage. People are conscious of heart attack and all those things. This would be a very good idea to be implemented. And banana fiber, next week we are approaching Navsari University. We have a plan to visit that university within 15 days. Actually, we paid for that and we could not get the machine in the right time, so we postponed it. So banana fiber, third, if you say third one would be banana fiber that would be interested in doing it.
Oil mill, banana fiber, and dairy, is it?
So one is oil mill that we thought of. Second
Yes.
is banana. Before that, the organic input center. And if we take next is
Okay.
dairy unit. These four things would change immediately.
Okay. 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 Thank you. Thank you very much.
And all of these cost within 1 lakh rupees. On some of organic input, it would be costing around 50,000. Dairy also it will be around 50 to 1 lakh rupees, 50,000 to 1 lakh. And even oil mill, it's cost around 1.5 to 2 lakh. And banana fiber is also 1.5 to 2 lakhs.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. What about Mr. Om Prakash? You have any question? Mr. Tanmay Mondal?
No, sir, thank you.
Welcome. And that is all we seem to be having for the day. And I think we have completed the question round. I would like to thank the speaker, Mr. Mallinath Hemadi, on behalf of Agriculture Information, for taking his time to speak with us. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajini Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I'd like to thank the speaker, Mr. Mallinath Hemadi, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.